What's up guys, today what we're going to be doing is taking a look at this Reddit post. I saw this, it notified it on my phone, and I thought it was quite an interesting topic. I haven't actually read through all of the comments yet, but I thought we would do this together, and if it does turn out to be interesting by the end of it, then I'll make a video out of it. Otherwise I will just delete this file and we'll go from there. So I guess if you guys are seeing this, then I thought it was interesting enough to share with you guys. But the actual heading of this Reddit post, I don't really use Reddit, you guys will probably notice this in a minute when I don't understand what the hell I'm doing, but the heading of this says, anyone else feel like quitting with all of this FOMO MTX? Personally, I feel like being pushed away, but it might just be me. So this person is kind of having a bit of a grump, I guess, with the MTX, I suppose, going on with the Yak Track and the treasure hunter promos and then the fresh start worlds all at once. Like, they are pushing like crazy with MTX lately, and we all know that. We all know they are. There's no denying it. It's right in your face. We've also had the balloon event as well, the 300 million like little present thing, or the not reward, but like the celebration gift thingy was an event that we pay for and stuff like that. So obviously a lot of people aren't happy with this, but we have 360 upvotes on this, so that's pretty interesting, absolutely is. And there's 215 comments. We're going to take a look at this, see what everyone else is saying about it. I think most people are probably going to be agreeing, in my opinion, and we're going to see what people are saying, talk about that, and I'll give my opinion on it. So if you enjoy this, do leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you are new. I do keep an eye on Reddit, so when there's a good Reddit posts, when I notice them, I will do this. I've done one in the past before, but then I don't really see too many that I can cover, but this one seems pretty interesting. But if you see any that you think would be interesting, then do link me them on Discord as well, and I will go through and do that. Obviously this isn't going to be for everybody, but it is what it is. Okay, so this person says, imagine having cosmetic FOMO even though character models are absolute crap. Rip character rework. I mean, this is true, right? But the thing is, the FOMO is not just attached to just the fact that the cosmetics are good. Like, making them tradable and making them rare, that's another FOMO. People will collect cosmetics that are tradables and rares, not only because they're like, oh, this is really cool and I want to collect all of the cosmetics, but look at what happened with party hats, right? They weren't worth that much like at first. They really weren't. They were expensive, but they weren't worth what they are today. The same with like Santa hats, all that sort of stuff. And the prices just fly through the roof. There's plenty of items that this has happened to as well, like even recently, and it's the same sort of thing. People have fear of missing out, not just on the cosmetic itself, not just the model, but on fear of missing out on like a massive increase in price. The fact that we have party hats that are now like way out of reach for the majority of players. In fact, I think it's almost impossible now to get a party hat because of the price of them, and there's no staking unless you were doing it like off the game or something. I don't know how people do it these days, but otherwise I don't think there's really much chance of getting them. They're way too expensive. But that could happen again with any other rares. Like, we've seen it with override tokens, we've seen it with other things as well, where the price is like 200 mil. Everybody buys them all, and everyone's like, oh, that's so expensive, 250 mil, 300 mil, and then one day they're 1.5 bill, they're 2 bill, and it's ridiculous. Like, so this is definitely something that happens. And this person says, true, and I don't ever use 99% of the cosmetics I have collected so far anyway, but I used to enjoy collecting them in the past just for the fun of it. It's not so much fun anymore. Now you have to pay for so many of them, which I refuse to do. So again, like, people are collecting the actual overrides, and some people do like them, but other people just don't want to miss out on the money as well. There's a reason these overrides are tradable. If they weren't tradable, there would only be the FOMO of not actually having the override, right? People would still buy it for the fear of missing out over not having that override. But Jagex knows that's not the biggest factor anymore. Like, people aren't that fussed about collecting the little silly overrides anymore. Like, a lot of people are, but not as much, right? Especially from the Yak Track. I don't think they're even that good off the Yak Track, in my opinion. I mean, it's RuneScape graphics at the end of the day. There's some cool little things, but it's not a massive thing. But at the end of the day, like, if they're worth so much money, then absolutely. People, like, they added the tradable versions to the Yak Track because they adds that tradable bit. But anyway, let's continue on before we run on for ages. The next thing says, bit demoralizing. I don't want to say I'll quit, but I certainly don't really feel like playing right now. Even Ironmen accounts aren't really MTX free in my mind with this current Yak Track, and they can use the G for cosmetics. Kind of disgusting. So again, it is slowly like easing into letting Ironmen use it, and I get it. People just want to have the cosmetics on Ironmen and stuff like that, and that's fair. But the fact that people want that, like, they've jumped on it so quick, made it possible for Ironmen to get involved. But that's not, like, I know it doesn't affect Ironmen's trading and the gold stuff, at least I don't think so, but it does add a higher demand for the things as well, pushing the price up even more, and then sort of playing back into the same thing. Someone said, for me, it's pretty gross, and it's hard to keep track of all the MTX that's even going on. Right now, I'm doing the yak track for the scythe override, but I also like the track because it pushes me to achieve little things and actually play the game, as I don't buy skips or anything like that. Everything else is just so overwhelming, or the odds are so against you that there's no point in even trying. It's just whatever until the next quest comes out, really. But I mean, this is fair enough. Like, this is fair enough, but like I don't buy skips or anything like that. I don't buy skips, but I never really get through this. Like, I'm a content creator for RuneScape. I probably play RuneScape more than half of you guys listening right now. Maybe not, to be honest. I play maybe a few hours a day. I really don't play as much as you guys would probably think, but I play quite a lot in comparison to the average player. I think so. And I can't get through these yak tracks just like, unless you log in all the time and you're always AFKing something, or you're always doing, like, working on it. Getting through them is pretty difficult. Like, it takes time. So you could buy the bonds, which obviously pushes the value of bonds up, which means people will buy more bonds, which means that, like, all these things affect in another way. Like, everything that they do, and no matter how you go about getting these cosmetics, it will always affect the price of bonds, and it will always lead to increased MTX for Jagex. Because even if you just buy it with, like, if you go do PVM for a while, get the gold, buy the bonds, buy the skips, and get them that way, sure, you've dodged the MTX there for yourself, but you've still, like, affected it by pushing the value of bonds up because you've increased the demand of bonds, and then people will buy more bonds because they're going to get more gold out of it. So you can kind of see the circle with this, and that's definitely a thing that they do. So the next person says, I've played this game over 20 years, went the first 19 with barely spending anything in MTX. I spent a bunch during the Golden Pie Hat MTX. Then they kept releasing MTX. It's crazy, and realized it's one of those games that are basically going to take advantage of my loyalty to rob me. I stopped playing. I think a lot of people have done this. I'm not going to lie. I know quite a lot of people that have quit, or they've just gone silent on Discord, that sort of stuff, since after Christmas with the green Santa hat, the gold pie hat, that sort of stuff. That was like the last straw for a lot of people. And I'm not going to lie, there was time during the end of that month, like New Year and stuff, where I was thinking, I kind of don't really want to play right now. Like, I'm not happy with it. Like, and for me, it's not even just the fact that they're making money. Like, Jaggers have to make money, that's fine with me, and I don't really care about the MTX. I don't really care about the cosmetics and stuff. Like, they have to do that. It's just the way they do it with certain things. Like, the FOMO is really bad, and it does take advantage of people who do have gambling addictions. Now, I know that a lot of people will say, well, if you have a gambling addiction, you probably shouldn't be playing, and it's like, it's not simple. These guys are addicted, but a lot of people don't realize that they're addicted to it as well. The game age, my biggest thing with this, and I would absolutely shut up almost straight away about most of these points, is if Jagex changed the age restriction from 13 to play RuneScape, 13 to 18 or 21. If they change it to 18 or 21, 18's fine in most places, it covers it anyway. But if they change it to that rather than being 13, then I wouldn't have a problem with it. Really wouldn't. I just have to say, well, it's 18, you're adults, you guys get to decide. I know for a fact there's a lot of people under the age of 18 that play this game. It's a lot of 13, 14, 15-year-olds, even these younger than 13. I know there is, because of, like, I've got a lot of viewers, right, that people watch stuff in streams and stuff. I just know. So it's not good. Like, having this, and everything directs you to Treasure Hunter. Finish a quest, get a key. Log in, get an advertisement. Like, it's ridiculous. It's a lot. It really is a lot. So this person says, if we were actually getting decent updates alongside this, I'd probably let it go. They've got to make money somehow. This is fair. Absolutely fair. Absolutely. They definitely do. They're a company. It's enough to make money. But the fact that we've had new Treasure Hunter promotions every single week, 2 MTX cash grab updates, and the announcement of the ultimate pile of tradable rares and a new game mode, yet there's content from the update 4 weeks ago that still hasn't been fixed. And now I don't know what the content that hasn't been fixed 4 weeks ago is. It wouldn't surprise me if there's bugs in game that haven't been fixed and stuff. But I do know that Treasure Hunter, to be fair, I can keep on the like a neutral playing ground and just kind of not be completely like biased with all this. I know the Treasure Hunter team is completely separate to the dev team. Like, it is. The people who work on Treasure Hunter, I'm pretty sure, don't work on normal content. They just work on, like, MTX stuff, Treasure Hunter stuff. But at the same time, like, it does seem like obviously it's probably easier to make a new Treasure Hunter promotion, design a few things and chuck it in the game, than it is to, like, fix stuff and rework stuff. But at the same time, they should balance it on purpose. Like, I know they can pump this out 24/7. They can just keep it going. But when they're not working, if the other stuff's taking longer, then they should balance that, because they should know that what's going to happen if we put out, like, 10 treasure hunter promotions and some extra stuff with the yak track and all this other MTX. What's going to happen if we do that and we haven't fixed this thing from 4 weeks ago because it's taking longer? They should balance that, or they should address it in the patch notes. When they go through this, they should say, okay, we haven't fixed this yet, but we're working on it, and we are aware of this. They should add that section to the patch notes. That would make a big difference. Things that they are working on. People will be able to see, like, okay, it's just taking longer, it's fine. But it seems like Jagex don't really take into account the players' like thoughts or opinions, or they're not careful with how they like treat the community a little bit, because they'll just pump out all this treasure and stuff to make as much money as possible, but they don't like look at it like, okay, this is probably going to wind up the players, maybe we should also do this with it, maybe we should slow down this for a week, just for a week or 2 weeks while we get this done, or maybe even just tell us, like, I know you guys are waiting for this fix. It is coming. It's taking a little bit longer than expected. So don't panic. This is still being addressed. It does just take longer. And people would understand. Like, I'm pretty certain, like absolutely certain, that a treasure hunter promotion doesn't take anywhere near as long, especially since they recycle most stuff and just reskin it, anywhere near as long as fixing like in-game issues and doing updates and whatnot. So that kind of makes sense, but just like include it. Just include it, right? So this one's very big. It says, going to be brutally honest here, I'm 100% one of those people who can't handle FOMO. I know it's stupid, but I can't help it. The new flashy thing always gets me. I'm a huge fan of RuneScape. I have since mid-2005. It got me through some tough times, and the game has always been there for me throughout the good times as well. I have a severe issue with gambling. I can't contain myself. The moment something drops and it's a new outfit token or something, I have to get it. 9 times out of 10, I don't get it because I'm not rich enough to just throw money at the game whenever. But I literally spend whatever I have just to get that slim chance of obtaining that cosmetic. This is the issue, man. This is the freaking issue. This is the issue. This is it. So now, a lot of you guys are gonna be like, well, if you can't handle it, that's on you, and it's not the same as other people. Like, you can't just not have the stuff just because one person out of 100 can't cope with it. The point is, they design these things around these people. That's the thing. That's the whole point of it. They design it around these people. They aren't making stuff that isn't like gambler safe, or that things that like addiction safe or whatever. They'll just throw things in there on purpose to be like, are you a gambling addict? Well, look at this, dude. Look at the shiny new thing, and look at how you get it. Now, there's like satisfying things with the treasure hunter thing, the way it works, and all this sort of stuff. And they absolutely can't. Like, people do have gambling addictions. They definitely do. And having a tradable thing, having a tradable reward, doesn't help with that whatsoever, because people see the output, right? So someone's going to look at this and go, right, I can buy bonds. I can buy like 100 bonds or whatever, and it's going to get me 6 bill, right? I think 100 bonds would be 6 bill. Oh, let's scale that down a bit. We can buy 10 bonds, it'll be 600 mil. There's this token in game that is going to be like what, 1.5 bill at the moment. Maybe it's 1.5 bill the reward, 1.2 bill. I don't know. Whatever they're going to say. Why don't I spend £50 on keys on the new treasure hunter promotion and try to get this reward instead of spending the £50 on bonds and getting 600 mil? I could get 1.2 bill instead. So they'll spend £50 on keys, they'll roll for it, they won't get it, and then rather than going, well, that was crap, that was a bad idea, they'll just go, well, I've already put £50 into this. If I just put another £40 in, I'll still only spend 90, but I can still get 1.2 bill, which is less than. Do you see how this works? Like, it goes like, it's only another 50. It's only another 50. Gambling addictions, it's a genuine thing. Like, it's really bad. Now, whether they could maybe limit buying keys to something like you have to provide ID for your age or something, or maybe if you have a gambling addiction, you can like choose yourself to put that on, and once it's been put on, you can't take it off or something. I don't know. I've not been there. I've not dealt with that sort of stuff, but I feel like it's just not good. This person says, I've realized this, I've quit permanently. I can't make an Ironman due to a number of reasons, though the main one being I'm still playing the game. Although in terms of what I could spend IRL money on, I'm still actually playing the game and feeling that, oh shit, I could spend money on this if I wasn't an Ironman. Yeah, it's fair. And then obviously he just make a new account and he just go for it. So like, he's made the decision to quit. If he's made the decision to quit, then maybe he could also make the decision to have like an IP ban on buying keys or something. I guess then you just get like, there's ways around it. But even just Jagex offering the actual option of it, just puts them in a better light and gives that people that option, right? And maybe when they go to buy the thing and it says you're banned because you opted out because of a gambling addiction, then maybe it comes on screen and that gives people like the, yeah, actually, maybe I probably, like, I don't know how it works exactly, but again, If he's made the decision to quit the game because it's not good for him, then he will probably also be able to make the decision to just ban this, and he can still at least play the game. So yeah, this game preys on people like me. I'm not here to cry, woe is me, because it's 100% something I've allowed myself to get sucked into throughout the years. I know they're just cosmetics on a character, but as I mentioned, I do have a huge issue with types of gambling mechanics. Yeah, exactly. It's the mechanics and the thing, and this is fair. This is something I wanted to make a thing on. I know this is like a very big post, but yeah, so it's fair. Like, so there you go. But anyway, we're gonna move down and go to some other stuff. This is why I'm just moving to old school RuneScape until they inevitably add MTX there. Once it happens, then yes, I'm out. A lot of people want to do this. A lot of people will go to old school. Whether they'll add MTX there or not, I don't know. I think eventually they probably will. Slowly. I think slowly they will. They'll be like, this is a good idea, guys, and you'll have 30% of the community saying this is okay, like whatever, it doesn't even matter, it's not going to do much. They'll just be slow things. We've seen it with RuneScape 3, it's the exact same thing. It starts off, people like, that's not that bad, just get over it, it's just a little XP boost, it's just a little XP boost. And then they'll add something else, and add something else, and add something else, and then slowly more people don't like it, right? But at that point, when you decide that you don't like it, it's too late. They've already added it. You can't decide that you don't like something until it's in the game. You have to say no early on. You have to put your foot down early on and say, no. Look what we did with Fresh Start Worlds. We all said, no, don't want this. This is a stupid idea. This is a bad idea. And they actually made changes. It's still not perfect. It's still not even a fix, really. But it has fixed it in many ways compared to what it was. It's like a night and day difference. So, yeah. But I mean, for people who go to old school, if RuneScape 3 does die out, which I don't think it's going to die, but if it does, then eventually they'll just move to old school and milk you guys from there too. Somehow. Whether it's just cosmetics, they'll add that first and then add something else slowly. And then you'll get treasure on there, probably. But there you go. So this person here says, for me, it's not so much that I care about every cosmetic, but that one, it's literally shoved in your face more than anything else in the game. Treasure Hunter keys offers an even bouncing treasure hunter chest on login, absolutely. And two, they sprinkle in some actually interesting things towards the high-end tradable rares, lava tsunami override, inverted skill capes, specifically to invoke the FOMO in people that don't care about these cosmetics. That's exactly what we were just talking about. They always add like tradable things and all that sort of stuff, like things that high-level players do want, even though we could completely ignore them. Edit. I'll add 3. They treat these MTX things the exact same as, if not better than, actual content updates, which just feels like a really slippery slope to becoming a Candy Crush, where MTX just is a very integral part of the core gameplay. I don't like that 50% of update news posts are things these comments are saying I should just ignore. I largely do ignore them, but it's a turn off nonetheless. This guy's on it, and we're going to end with this guy because the video is getting quite long. But this guy is absolutely on it, right? So when you log in, this is what I said earlier, you log in, you see the treasure hunter thing, there's a big pop-up saying go to treasure hunter, like it's in your face straight away. You complete a quest, you get a treasure hunter key. You play randomly, you get a treasure hunter key drop, a token drop. You do everything. Everything leads you to treasure hunter, everything leads you to MTX, and it's just not a good look for the game. It looks so freaking bad for the game, dude. It really freaking does. As a new player joining the game, seeing MTX shoved in your face straight away is such a turn off. It seriously is. So many, they're constantly saying, we can't keep new players. Stop taking their hand and leading them to MTX, dude. Stop it. Stop doing that. Like, stop making that the main thing. We know Treasure Hunter's there, and they will find Treasure Hunter. And the whales that want to use their money on Treasure Hunter, they will go there. Stop leading everybody there every 5 seconds. You kill a boss, you get a key. You complete a quest, you get a key. You freaking, like, you craft some freaking logs, you get a key. Like, it's stupid. You log in as a brand new player, you make a new account, you get into the world, you have one treasure hunter key, and it's flashing on your screen straight away. Click me, click me, click me. It's right there every single time. And then you click that, and then you get a lamp. Ooh, you get a lamp. You're a free-to-play player. You want to try out this game. You click that, and it says, did you know if you remember you'd get more experience out of this lamp or this star? You would get more out of it. Upgrade to membership right now. Like, it's freaking ridiculous how much they push it. That is a big reason why so many people won't stick around the game. I can tell you right now, so many people do it. And if you guys watch MMO reviews, maybe you watch Lazy Peon, maybe you watch like Josh Drive Hayes or something, any of these sort of things, when they try out new MMOs, if you see this, whenever you try a new MMO, I'm the same myself. If I try a new MMO, I've been around to a lot of them. If it's pushing MTX in my face straight away, I'm closing that game because I'm going to assume it's probably trash with content that really isn't that good, and it's all about just grabbing money as quick as possible. And 2, it's freaking annoying, man. It's so annoying. You will assume that you're going to hit a wall where you're going to need to pay for stuff. And yes, you don't actually have to do that in RuneScape, which is fair enough, but you're going to assume that's going to happen. And 3, it's just freaking, it just looks so bad for the game. It gives it such a bad look. It is really, really bad. But that's pretty much it. But yeah, so it looks like most people agree with this. I feel like I went on a bit of a rant on this as well. But it is what it is. This person says not quitting, does piss him off. This person says they haven't logged in since a couple of days ago, since before Fresh Start Worlds. This person says they're not alone. Like, you can see where this is going. Most people are agreeing with this, and it is what it is. So that's my opinion on it. You got my opinion through the other things as well. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoy this sort of video, let me know. I know it's very different than what you guys are used to for RuneScape content, but I like this sort of thing. This is the sort of stuff I watch, and I feel like I wanted to share it with you guys. But yeah, are people quitting RuneScape? Are you guys quitting RuneScape because of the FOMO of the MTX? Are we taking a break? What are your thoughts on it down below? Let me know. Do leave a like on the video, because a lot of people will dislike this because of the topic. So I'd appreciate if you guys that do normally watch all the videos and you enjoy, just leave a like as well, even if you don't normally. It would help out a lot. Other than that, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll catch you all in the next one. See you later, guys. Bye.